warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisyah Damia binti Hassan. My matric number is 307608. So, economic issue related to income and wealth inequality, unequal access to education and resources, technology advance, and climate change are increasingly prominent in today's society. Economic challenges such as inflation, imbalance between demand and supply, and the impact of climate change on resources are a major threat to the stability of the global economy and the well-being of society. In the context of today's society, inflation causes an increase in the price of goods and services, which has a direct impact on the cost of living, especially for low-income groups. The imbalance between demand and supply is often caused by supply chain disruption, such as geopolitical conflicts and climate crises, which affect global markets. In addition, widening wealth gap between the rich and the poor is due to inequality in access to education, economic resources, and employment opportunities. From an Islamic perspective, these issues should be addressed through principles of economic justice that emphasize balance, social responsibility, and prohibition against exploitations. Islam advocates a fair distribution of wealth through mechanisms such as zakat, charity, and wakaf, which aim to help the less fortunate. Principle of Maqasid al-Sharia emphasize the preservation of property and the well-being of community as a whole, including ensuring that resources are used in a sustainable and balanced manner. Furthermore, Islam promotes an inclusive economic concept where every individual is given the same opportunity to obtain education and resources without discrimination. In dealing with climate change, Islam calls for the preservation of the environment as part of man's trust as collective on earth. Therefore, the solution to economic issues in today's society lies not only in policy and technology, but also in the application of Islamic values in managing wealth and economic development.
My name is Nur Christina Patricia binti Roslan. My matric number is 307221. The most pressing issue is income and wealth inequality, while economic growth has trade prosperity in many nations. Wealth often concentrates in the hand of a few, leaving a significant portion of the population that struggling meet their basic needs. Another key issue is unequal access to education and resources. For many, especially in marginalized communities, as a lack of access to quality education and skill training that limit their opportunities to break out of the poverty. Technology advancement create challenges. Automation and artificial intelligence are replacing jobs, particularly in low-skill sector, that leaving many without stable employment. Those with access to advanced education benefit the most, widening the gap between the rich and the poor. Last but not least, climate change poses a serious threat, especially to developing nations that rely on natural resources. Extreme weather events and rising sea level restrict economy and deepens inequalities, making it harder for populations to recover and thrive.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Nabiha binti Mama Azli Sham and my matrix number is 307465. Today I will talk about wealth and economic development from Islamic perspective. I will focus on 4 issues. First, income and wealth inequality. Islam teaches that wealth is a gift from Allah and must be shared fairly. The Quran says in Surah An-Insan verse 8, and they give food in spite of love for it to the needy, the orphan and the captive. To reduce inequality, Islam introduced zakat. Zakat is a way to share wealth with the poor and the needy. It helps create a balanced and fair society. For example, during the time of Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, zakat was managed so well that poverty almost disappeared in many areas. Second, technology advancements. Islam support the use of technology if it helps humanity. The Quran says in Surah An-Anbiya verse 107, "We have not sent to you, O Muhammad, expect us a mercy to the world." Technology can improve farming, create jobs and solve problems like hunger. However, it should not harm to the poor or damage the environment. Islam teaches us to use technology wisely and for the good of all. Third, access to education. In Islam, seeking knowledge is very important. The Prophet Muhammad said, Seeking knowledge is obligation upon every Muslim. Education helps people improve their life and reduce poverty. Without education, it's hard for people to succeed. Islam encourages equal education for everyone. In the past, Muslim scholars like Al-Farabi and Ibn Sina made great discovery in science and medicine. Imam Al-Ghazali wrote important books on philosophy and ethnic. These examples show how knowledge can benefit both individual and society. And the last one, climate change. Islam teaches that we must protect the earth. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The earth is green and beautiful, and Allah has appointed you as a steward over it." As a steward, we are responsibility for taking care of the planet. This means avoiding waste, pollution, and harming nature. Climate change is making life harder, especially for the poor who are face floods, droughts, and other disasters. To protect the earth, we can save water and energy, plant trees, reduce pollution. Taking care of the earth is our duty as a Muslim. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Alisa Iliana binti Azrun, metric number 307366. Today, we will be focusing on how Islamic economic principle can offer solution to some of the most pressing issues we face. The first one is addressing income and wealth inequality through zakat and Islamic finance. One of the most pressing issues today is income and wealth inequality. While economic growth has created prosperity in many nations, wealth is often concentrated in the hand of a few, leaving a significant portion of the population struggling to meet their basic needs. This growing gap hinders social mobility and can lead to long-term economic stagnation. This practice encourages a more equitable distribution of resources, reducing the concentration of wealth among the rich. The second one is promoting access to education and skill through wakaf and community investment. Another key issue is unequal access to education and resources. For many, a lack of access to quality education and skill training limits their opportunity to break out the poverty. This prevents society from fully utilizing their potential talent and innovation. In Islam, the concept of wakaf plays a crucial role in promoting education and social welfare. Therefore, government and private institutions can collaborate to fund education through wakaf and ensure that educational programs are aligned with the needs of the modern economy. This would not only help lift people out of poverty, but also allow society to harness their full potential. Lastly, addressing climate change through sustainable development and ethical consumption. Climate change poses a serious threat, especially to developed nations that rely on natural resources. Extreme weather events and rising sea level disrupt economy and deepen inequalities, making it harder for vulnerable population to recover and thrive. In Islam, there is a strong emphasis on environmental stewardship. In conclusion, the solution proposed by Islamic economy provide a holistic, ethical framework that can guide us toward a more sustainable and equitable future.
My name is Aunisafia binti Muhammad Sani. My metric number is 307614. To achieve inclusive economic development, it is crucial for governments, the private sector, and civil society to collaborate in implementing policies that promote a fairer distribution of wealth, empower education, and provide access to economic opportunities for all segments of society. Only through collective efforts can economic justice and sustainable development be achieved, ultimately improving the overall well-being of the population. In today's society, few of the economic issue regarding to wealth and economic development is inflation, and it can create a lot of disadvantage to the country. For example, technological advancements and unequal access to education and resources. Therefore, in the Islamic perspective, zakat can reduce the poverty of the issue and can ensure the fair wealth distribution. Other than that, government can also promote education and skills access as shown in the previous slide that has been explained by my crewmates. Ultimately, achieving equitable wealth distribution and sustainable development is not merely an economic goal but a moral imperative. By addressing these challenges, we can create a world where every individual has the opportunity to thrive, contributing to a fairer and more prosperous global society. That's all from our group. Thank you.